What's up, guys? We are in the HOH Rainforest National Park right now. It is raining. It's more like a mist, honestly. It's kind of like what we were experiencing, the sea mist. We are on Hall of Mosses right now, and it's cute, just a little quick warm-up trail before we head up the HOH River Trail. We have like 3 miles to Mount Tom, and then after that we have another 6 miles to Olympus Guard Station, and then we'll hike out the 3rd day. But hopefully we see some cool stuff. One of the rangers said there is a wildfire near Mount Tom, just up, and I was like, oh cool. I was like freaked out, and I was like, can we even like go on the trail? Is it parked to me? She's like, oh yeah, it's nothing like what you guys probably see in Utah. She's like, it'll probably be out. Well, it's raining right now. She's like, it was a relatively small one, so it'll probably be out relatively quick. And I was like, oh, thank God. All right, this is day 1, heading into the Olympics. We've gone obviously from the blue to the black. The black rain gear is a little thicker and more trench coat like, and then it has hard plastics to keep like your hat dry and stuff like that. So it's a little nicer. It's a little more rainforesty. Another good tip that obviously a lot of backpackers already know this, but even though I have a rain cover, does not mean my gear inside will be dry when I open it. Does that make sense? So always make sure you have like some sort of dry bag. You can put them even in a garbage sack. Like honestly, like garbage sacks are totally underrated. Like you can use them for a poncho, you can use them for like a dry seat. You can use them for storage. Like I said, even if I was using a garbage sack for my rain fly, I could put that and throw it in my bag instead of having a wet rain fly. Where a lot of people try to dry it on the back of their pack, and then it's prone to snagging on things. So it's like these little tips and tricks through failures I've learned along the way, and so just helps out, you know. Not saying it works for everybody, but it's definitely worked for me. So I've been doing this backpacking in general for like 22, 23 years. One thing I've always learned in a rainy environment, bring a tarp for a tarp. So I brought an extra ground mat so I can lay that down first so I have something dry to set up on. And then I brought a dry bag for my rain fly because it'll obviously be soaking wet in the morning. And so to avoid crossing the water over to the body of the tent, I brought basically a backup waterproof bag, a dry bag. Anyways, spare pair of shoes, obviously extra raincoat. I have a backup emergency poncho just in case that fails too. You know, always bring a backup for a backup. All right, we literally have fashioned a clothesline off the gear hooks in here thanks to Mountianhardwear. Look at all those little gear hooks they got in here. Anyways, these are originally these guy lines. And so you don't have to bring extra gear for a clothesline, even though I probably will now. Nah, I'll just keep using the guy lines. Anyways, it's actually really nice. the rain is coming down sideways. Doesn't matter which way you stand, you get wet. So anyways, and it's gonna be pretty wet. But it is a rainforest for a reason. Like, holy shit balls. Day 2 has commenced. It is not raining. How crazy is that? Can't really see the sun, but the sun came up last night for like 30 minutes. It was amazing. Haven't seen the sun in a while, can you tell? No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. It is a rainforest though, but it's beautiful weather right now. It's not as chilly as I thought, and everything's not as wet as I thought this morning because, like I said, it hasn't really rained the past couple hours, and so we're off to a good start. Holy crap, the sun came out and it's beautiful right now. Got to take off at least a little bit of the rain gear, but yeah, it's turned out to be a really nice day. I haven't seen the sun for a little bit. So the signage is honestly pretty awful here. Went like half a mile, 3/4 mile, just on an elk trail. There was 2 orange markers and it led to the river, so I didn't know if it was a river crossing. There was no footmarks on the other side. I don't know if they wanted us to walk up the river. Anyways, I just followed what other people got re-soaked again. Good thing we have dry socks and an extra dry pair of shoes. But anyways, Washington, what's up with that, dude? Like, this is maybe why you have so many people go missing and die in your woods every year. It's not Bigfoot. It's just the improper signage and the laziness. So there's not a lot of sunlight that comes through here. So we are drying our bag on the only little bit of sun that's coming through. Other than that, you can see we're kind of in the shadows. And then if you are in the sun, like the direct sun, there's no overhead coverage. And so when it dumps in here, it dumps. Anyway, see how this is like relatively dry? Like literally, like that's pretty dry. And we experienced 6-7 hours of rain yesterday. So I'll show you the dry. See how it's more wet? Weird, it transitions that quick because of your canopy coverage. It's actually pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. It reminds me of the Amazon. A field of clover, she say. What about an entire forest? This will honestly never do it justice. Like, everything is like, what isn't green is green. What isn't... Everything's alive here. It's crazy. I love it. I love how much just like life there is. Even in death, like everything that's fallen and dead, it's just booming with moss and clovers and flowers. It's just like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, how crazy is that? I love it. I love it. So I'm camped back there somewhere, and we're just exploring since there's no rain. And there was supposed to be, oh, looks like there might be, but we'll see. What's up? This is day 3 in the HOH Rainforest, and we're on our way out. It's been an awesome trip. I honestly couldn't have asked for a better one. The Ozette Triangle was beautiful too. Anyways, we got 9.1 miles till we hit the ranger station, and then we're heading down to southern point of Washington. Wish me luck, guys. So it actually kind of appears as like low light or shadow, but it's just how thick the overhead is. You can see there's sunlight over there. It's just, that's how thick this canopy is. Okay, so like I said, bring a spare for a spare. So yesterday and the day before, the emergency poncho became the under sheath layer to the regular raincoat because the zipper was leaking. Just back there, we had to do a river crossing and we fell in this time. Just 1 foot, but still it was enough to soak my boot and my sock. And then the other sock got a little wet, but the one side was totally soaked. And in the time being, I somehow stepped in feces. I'm not sure if it was bear or human. It was very similar smelling, so I was like, oh great. And when I was trying to sort out what all got wet, I accidentally kicked more of the poop onto the other shoe. So by the time I literally decided, should I change and hike the other 8 miles, because it happened like a mile in, hike the other 8 miles with wet, but just on one side, and I was like, no, I'll get jungle foot bad. So I switched boots, switched socks, and that's when I discovered the poop. So the emergency rain jacket also became the poop bag. So, see what I mean? Got to keep improvising. The guidelines became the clotheslines, emergency raincoat became the underlayer, and now the poop bag. See what I mean? Like, you just got to keep improvising. We left at 7:05 this morning, then obviously had the incident with the river, and it is now 10:45, and so we made pretty good time. 9.1 miles full packed out.